going on YouTube? I know it's been a while. I know I say that every time I come here. I'm so sorry. I have a legit excuse this time. So last time I was on here, I did kind of have a sad story to tell that I had just miscarried for the second time. It was still I know the last time I made that video was on my birthday, so it was early October of last year, and I was still hanging on to hope. I was still like weekly going to the doctor, having an ultrasound to see where we were, since I wasn't quite at that point when I made the video. I wasn't at the stage where I was 6 weeks, at least long enough to where you could hear or see some type of heartbeat. Come October 29th, I ended up having to have a D&C. So that was not a viable pregnancy. But a few days before Christmas, I took a pregnancy test and I'm pregnant again. Right now I am at 11 weeks. Everything seems to be fine. So we are on our way to have our double rainbow baby. So that is very good news. So I've been tied up with that since that was my second. This is my third pregnancy. This is my first time being this far along. So I'm getting all the symptoms. I'm getting your morning sickness. I'm getting your just exhausted. Like, I'm getting it all. And as excruciating as it may be, I'm fine. Because the morning sickness means that everything's good. So I take it as a good sign, even though it is unbearable at times. It can be. But I mean, I'll take it. It's whatever. I will definitely take it. And also, as you can see, also out of breath a lot. So I feel like it's too early for that. But with me already being kind of a heavier person, like, it's whatever. But I will take that. Also, another thing, because I know every time I have a video, my hair is a different color or a different style. I made the decision a couple of days ago, to hell with that. I'm not trying to do my hair throughout the rest of this pregnancy and at least that first 6 months. I'm not trying to do anything. Obviously, I'm not going to bleach my hair anyway, even if I was doing it. But I want to give it a rest because for whatever reason, I'm having the opposite effect that a lot of women have. But I know it's also normal to start to lose more hair than have, grow more. But I mean, my nails I've got claws now. So that's growing. The hair is not. So I said, you know what? Let me just maintain it weekly, wash it. But for the most part, just leave it alone. I'm working at my new job. I'm working from home again. So I'm not going out every day. So who cares? Nobody is seeing me. So I was just like, might have to start investing in wigs again, like I did when I first started to transition. And honestly, what I thought about doing here recently anyway is maybe towards the end of the pregnancy, if not after the baby is born, I might big chop. I might big chop again and start all over. And then maybe once the baby is 1 year old, I can go back to my crazy colors. So I can be the mom with the crazy cool hair. Anyways, today I'm making this video because beginning of this month, Black History Month, I published a book. I published my first book, which I'm excited about. And I did tell you that pregnancy story because it all kind of ties into this. I've been working on a novel for a while. I have told you guys about it before, but I knew that going into self-publishing, what I wanted to try first was either a poetry book or a short story that I wrote. I went with the short story. I'm currently working on another poetry book that I'm hoping to be my second book published, but let me tell you about the first one. So the first one is a story that is called Last Words. It is about a young girl named Savannah who just lost her father. She's at the funeral. She's going through what any daughter you would think would go through, or any child who loses a parent. Even though she's, an adult, anytime you lose a parent, it is hard. And I did go through that in 2016 with losing my own father, which obviously gave me the idea to write that story. So it's about her making an agreement with death to have one last conversation with her father, to get I don't think even if you were able to, if we did have the possibility to have one last conversation with a loved one, I do not think it would bring us closure. There's nothing that can bring you closure to something like that. But that can get you something close to it. So it's just a short story just of their last conversation. Just her getting some of the unanswered questions, saying the things that she felt like she didn't get a chance to say, just getting that last close feeling with her dad. The reason the pregnancy kind of ties into it is because over about the last couple of weeks, and especially the last month, I don't know if any other moms can relate to this, but I feel kind of like, this might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but I feel almost like I can do anything. Obviously, I can't fly, but I mean, I can do anything as far as the things that I've always wanted to do, the dreams that I've always had, to be a published author, to put my work out there, to put my art out there, to reach out to people. What kind of gave me the final push was, I was like, I wanted to do this. I already submitted for like the copyright last summer, and it was just kind of just sitting there. I'm just like, well, eventually I have to publish it because I've already submitted for the copyright. I got the approval back. Everything is just sitting there. So I knew eventually I would have to publish it, but I was just always scared. There was always just something. I reached out to multiple people. Can you do the cover for me? And, and of course, we're all human. We're going through a pandemic. They're all dealing with their own lives. One of those people, they lost their parent. And I didn't want to be that person that kept like, are you gonna, because that's just disrespectful. And I wouldn't want someone to do that to me after my father died. Like, hey, no, that's not the way you do that. So someone told me like, hey, you can kind of go to different websites and create your own. Okay, awesome. I can do that. I ended up going with a cover that Amazon had. I don't know why I didn't think of that in the first place instead of trying to reach out to others. And I think that was because that was an excuse for me to keep pushing back that project. As long as I was waiting on other people and they weren't getting back to me or nothing was getting done, it was easy for me to say that, oh, well, just push it off till tomorrow, till tomorrow, till tomorrow, till tomorrow, until it became years later. And that became a crutch for me. But with this pregnancy, it's just like, this baby is coming. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm dying, but I wanted to leave them something. I want them to have something to look up to. And I don't know if I'm having a boy or girl yet, but I want that tiny person that I'm getting ready to give birth to have something to look up to that their mom did. Your mom is an artist. Your mom is a writer. This is her work. She did this while she was creating you, I want them to have that. And it also ties into, there was an idea that I've had for years, especially in my hometown of Dayton, Ohio. I wanted to, because after living in Chicago for a while, I got to come across paths with people who were in bands, people who were in, dancers, people who were poets, people who worked in film, because I went to Columbia College. So you're surrounded by artistic people all of the time. And I was just like, and ever since then, when I came back home to Dayton, I thought it would be so awesome to have like an art gallery that wasn't just paintings, drawings, and photography. What if you had an art gallery where people would display their films? Bands would come and play. We could hold recitals. People could put on short plays. An art gallery that catered to every single art form. And an added bonus to that could also be like a youth center where kids can come in and who would normally maybe shy away from that because maybe they get bullied. Oh, you like, it's a boy, you like to dance, like whatever. Where kids can come in and talk with these professionals, whether they are professionals and they're on the stage or their art is hanging in a museum somewhere, or if they're just students, but they are on their road to that bigger platform that can sit down and teach a kid to play the guitar, teach a kid to do ballet, or, you know, take photography, or to hold a movie camera. I want them to have that. And I started to write a business plan. As of right now, it's just writing, so it's not anything spectacular. It made me feel like I can do this. And I've never felt that before. And that's what this baby is making me feel, that I can do these things that I've wanted to do and make me feel like I can do them. So I wanted to make this a short video. I didn't want to have it go on, but I will put the link to my book. It is on ebook and it is in print. I've already gotten shit for it, but I know that in print, the book is bigger than normal, and that's fine. It's my first try. I really got to a point where I got tired of editing it. I got tired of that. And after so long, I'm just like, it looks as good as it's going to look. It is a short story. It is my first. Going forward, my next ones will be obviously a lot better because I've had a chance to do it. I know what needs to be done. I know the process now. I'm a little more comfortable. So if you buy the print, just be aware it looks like a concert. It looks like a concert booklet. I'm sorry, but I made sure that even though I'm barely getting any royalties from the print book, I made sure to make it as cheap as possible because it's a short story. There's not many pages. I'm not going to charge somebody $8 just so I can get a piece of it. I want you to read it. I think it will touch a lot of people, especially people who have lost parents, who have lost loved ones. We've come across a lot of death over the past couple of years with COVID. So I do think that it is something that a lot of us can relate to, and I hope you do. So I'll put the link down there where you guys can pick it up. I hope that you do support me. I hope you do enjoy my writing, and there definitely will be more to come. I'll try to do more of these, definitely. But again, mama's tired. But I will definitely try and keep in touch. There are more videos that I want to make. Again, I am also currently now working on my second book. Hopefully I can have it out before maybe the start of summer. Because I had poems already set up for a poetry book, but I wanted to add in more, some newer ones that I've been kind of working on over the past year or so. Kind of want to flesh them out a little bit more, a little bit longer. Want this to definitely be a longer or a bigger book than my last one. It's going to be poems, so obviously it's not going to be, you know, Atlas Shrugged. But I want something. Each time I come out with something, I want it to be better than the last. And I hope that's how my career in this path, in this writing career, I hope that's how it continues to progress. So I will see you later, YouTube. Thank you again. Have a good day. Have a good Black History Month. Bye, YouTube.